Preseason game one is in the books. Your boy Matt Mike coming at you guys with yet another post-game show for the Atlanta Falcons in the first preseason game against the Detroit Lions. It did not end well. Probably one of the most unique preseason games that we've ever seen. Nonetheless, let's get into some things that stood out to me in this post-game recap from your boy Matt Mike. Kind of give you some quarterback numbers because y'all know I love quarterbacks, and we're going to start with the Detroit Lions passing game with Kyle Allen, 7 of 8, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked 2 times. Hendon Hooker came in 7 of 10, 38 yards. He got sacked himself. And then you got Easton Stick, 15 to 18, 149, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. Emory Jones came in with 4 or 5 for 49. He was sacked 1 time. So it was a pretty active game for the most part. The Atlanta Falcons wide receivers kind of stepped up, in my opinion. They did a lot better than what I originally thought they would, but that is what it is. But I will say this: Ike Hilliard and those guys over there, they did a pretty good job of, getting these guys ready. Dylan Drummond, 8 catches, 63 yards. Chris Blair with the touchdown, 3 of 54. Nick Nash, 3 of 35. Seals, those guys played pretty well for the most part. And like I said, I love what I've seen from the Atlanta Falcons and this offense. They did a pretty good job. So let's get to the first one that stood out to me. The Easton Stick played extremely well. One of the things that I look for in a quarterback when we in the preseason is decision making, how poised he is in the pocket, how quickly he's able to decipher and see certain things, and it's not a rush. So it's a particular style and a particular rhythm with a quarterback that you can understand and see when he's making the right decisions. And Easton Stick did all those things well. The Atlanta Falcons offensive line did a wonderful job of keeping him up. They keep him inside the pocket. There was a couple of times where he was pressured, but he was able to step up, make some move within the pocket. And I think he did a very good job of, we always say, that quarterback presence in the pocket. Easton Stick was definitely that for the Atlanta Falcons. So that's the first thing that stood out to me. Again, with Easton Stick in the offensive line, Easton Stick in the wide receiver core, they did a wonderful job. So congratulations to the Atlanta Falcons wide receiver core. The second thing, Jeff Ulbrich, man, I just gotta give him his flowers. One of the things that I said that I was going to be focused on coming into this season was the coaching staff. I know a lot of Falcons fans, most fans, are looking at the players and seeing guys that are going to step up. We saw, a guy that came back from injury himself. I think he did a wonderful job of establishing himself as a football player and making some noise. And that's DeMarco Hillams. He was out last year with an ankle injury, but coming in and seeing the intensity in his play, seeing the intensity in his game. He wasn't here to play any fucking games, okay? Let's keep that real when it comes down to DeMarco Hillams. The dude really gets football fans excited with his hard nose. And look, he was hit with a bull crap penalty. I thought that was complete bullshit, but that is what it is. DeMarco Hillams came in, did his thing, and laid the wood. And I'm talking about the jackhammer, wood, whatever you want to say. That dude was out there hitting. There was a couple of plays in the secondary where they ran a couple of concepts. I believe there were 2 posts or whatnot from them, and they ended up getting a little bit of, I won't say miscommunication, but the design of the plays for Detroit was pretty freaking good. And, outside of that, like I said, I thought the Falcons secondary played well. They was highly engaged. It was in the right spots for the most part. But DeMarco Hillams is the one that really stuck out to me in that secondary. Lamar Jackson, the cornerback, he did a pretty good job of, staying engaged for the most part. It's a couple of plays here and there when you look at it where these guys were, I won't say questionable, but like I said, it's the preseason, the first game. But I like what I saw from these guys. But Jeff Ulbrich on the size, his intensity. I love the fact that when you look at the defensive coaches, man, the defensive coaches, offensive coaches, these guys are engaged and they are teaching on the sideline. And I think that's one of the most underrated aspects of football. When things are going well, the coach continues to teach. And that's what I like, the intensity. I believe that Jeff Ulbrich has came in and laid his foundation on what he wants. And, Walker, Pearce, those guys played pretty well in their first action. I just love to see those guys coming off the edge. And, I was excited to see that moving around. It was even the point where, Pearce was double. They had 2 tight ends on the side at one point. So I love what I saw from the Falcons defense. The offensive line play, get back to that, man. I thought the offensive line play and the pass protection was absolutely immaculate. I love what I saw from the offensive line. They protected the quarterback. The quarterbacks were able to step up and, show their pocket presence. And I just love what I saw from the offensive line. They're going to continue to get playing time. I thought, a couple of plays here and there where, Parker gave up an easy sack. A hit on Emory Jones. I thought, that was one of those instances where, you don't like to see it, but it is the preseason. Hopefully these guys continue to get it better. But for the most part, man, I love what I saw from this Atlanta Falcons team, offensive, defensive side of the ball, even with the kicker, Lenny Craig. He missed a field goal, but he nailed one for about 57. So the leg is there. It is there for him. He's going to continue to get better, and they're going to continue to showcase him. But let me know what you guys think about this. Easton Stick, his poise in the pocket. Jeff Ulbrich, his intensity as a defensive coordinator, and the offensive line play for the Atlanta Falcons was absolutely immaculate. Let me know what you guys think about this. Hit that subscribe button. Your boy, Mad Mike, is out of here. Peace.